There is no infallible Bible because every one of them has been edited, and this video is going to prove it. Is the Bible infallible? How can it be infallible if every version of the Bible you have ever seen has been edited? The King James Version is far different from the Septuagint. And when you go back in time and you start looking, you start to realize there are edits, both subtle and blatant, from copy to copy. So when you're looking at your version of the Bible, are you believing it's infallible because it's your version of the Bible? Or have there been edits that have really changed your faith or are different from the faith of the apostles themselves? In 1844, Constantine von Tischendorf, at the base of Mount Sinai in St. Catherine's Monastery, found the Codex Sinaiticus. Now, to biblical scholars, it's considered the oldest, if not one of the oldest, of the complete Bible. So it is one of the earliest texts. And one of the things they found fascinating when they dove into the actual text, the actual book, was that there was edits all over it. There were edits on every page, and not just grammatical edits, contextual edits. There were things that changed the meaning of words, and it was written in Greek because that's how the original texts were written. And so when they go through the text, they find all of these very contextual differences. Here's a screenshot of the Codex Sinaiticus, and you can see the edit marks on the pages. It's so fascinating when you start to realize that every version of your Bible has been edited to fit somebody else's belief or meaning. When you start to read any of these books, understand that every book you'll ever read, the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, have been written through the framework of the mind of man. And by coming through the mind of man, it has the fallacies of man. It has the filters that man has, their own understanding of what things are. But the truest nature of God is stripped away from all of this extra stuff and all of this extra content and context. It comes back to the point of what is God? God is love. And the Bible has slowly but surely added more content and context and then edited all of that to match somebody else's belief, somebody else's own faith. And when they find that faith, they have to go back and look at the Bible and they have to change it. They have to edit it to make it fit their belief. God is too big to be encompassed by one religion, one school of thought, one book. God is too big and too beautiful and also too simple because it's so simple, our connection to the source, that we have a hard time comprehending it because it's there all the time. God is in every breath you take. God is the experience you see. Everything you're experiencing is the oneness of God. The Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, those are books written by man trying to explain the simplicity, but words are imperfect. And those imperfect words cannot encapsulate the simplicity of it because the simplicity of it is empowering. It brings you back to the space of you being one with God and understanding your place in that oneness of God. Understanding that God truly is love, and it's our fears and anxieties that keep us separate. This can be found in almost all the texts in the world, but it's a matter of you coming back and going, well, am I truly divine? Am I truly part of this oneness of God? Are God and I one, as Jeshua said about himself? The Father and I are one. Yeah, but are God and I one? And when you come to the realization that, yes, you are. In Hinduism, they say the Sit and the Sit Satki, right? The individual sparks of consciousness within the one God. When you come back to that space of realizing that you are with the one God, then all of the writings that were written around that were coming from the context of man, and every man who wrote had the desire to make his writings correct. And so things became written that were changing the context and the man-made constructs around something that's far more simple. And so when you look at the Codex Sinaiticus, you find out very quickly from the beginning it was edited. And the reason it was edited from the beginning is because man was trying to figure it out. It had nothing to do with God in that regard. God was the simplicity of oneness with God, oneness with the source, the simplicity of everything, and the reality of trying to wrap our heads around it comes from that little issue that we have that happened in the mythology story of Adam and Eve. We ate from the tree of knowledge and we got kicked out of paradise. We got in our heads and out of our hearts. God comes in feelings, not thinkings, or edits, or books, or any of those things. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you liked it, please subscribe and hit the like button and share and all those cool things. And I'll talk to you on the next one. See ya. Bye.